everybody. You're never gonna, well, you will guess. I'm in Huntsville, and we didn't do a live stream last night, so I thought, let's do one tonight. I'm getting into Huntsville in plenty of time. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to discuss. There's so much freaking absolute winning. We gotta talk about it all. So we're gonna people are already showing up. We'll let the comments populate because I know you guys have phenomenal things to add. There's we gotta make fun of so many people and so many reactions. It's wonderful. Oh, here comes some folks. Hey, Michelle, Peter's here. And can I talk to you here? Bollinger's Cottage. Yes, you can. Denise is here. Okay, so it has been a wild couple of days. This whole thing, the whole MAGA movement, Make America Great Again, America First, the absolute blowout victory. That should be enough, right? That should be enough. The electoral votes and the popular vote. Wendy says, I'm loving the nominations. Yes. We'll probably go through them one by one. But like, so I'm doing shows this weekend with my buddy Dave Landau and my friend Reno Collier, both really funny guys. We're doing our American Misfits shows. So the other night, I'm in Tampa, and I'm getting ready to go on stage, and Reno's texting me, and he's like, "Dude, I'm loving this," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Huntsville's going to be great." And he's like, "Hegseth, dude, Hegseth," and I'm like, "Okay, Reno. I get it. He's an attractive guy. You like tattoos." I didn't find out till after the show that I went on Twitter and I realized Pete Hegseth. And now it's a phenomenal pick. All of them are. All of them. Like it's like I said in the description of this, it's like the Super Bowl. Everything for decades has been building to this wonderful moment in time, and the hits just keep coming. Pete's very smart. He's a really smart guy. Princeton, Harvard, the whole nine. He knows the military. He's written books on it. He's a great dude. I'm very happy that when I was first starting to do the podcast back in the day, Pete was kind enough to be on. Pete Hegseth was on. Brian Kilmeade, the Hegseth one. But if you want to go back and listen to that, it's out there and it's available. I know you love the podcast. So that was a great one. Trump, Tom Wood says Trump lining up straight gangsters to drain the swamp. Yes. Yeah. I'm telling, like, this whole, it's just been, it's like an endless, it's like endless breadsticks at the Olive Garden. It's like, listen, I just went to McDonald's for dinner, and I had some of the best chicken nuggets of my life. It's like everything's better. It's like the sky is a little bluer, the air is a little crisper, the sun's a little brighter. The chicken nuggets were spectacular. Mwah! Chef's kiss. And Irene Raza, so happy for Pete, well deserved. Yes. We did, and this is awesome. And I can remind, when we did, we have shows coming up. We're going to be putting together another taping of that show tonight. And I'll tell you this. Here's what a cool dude he is. Like, so we were doing that show tonight. We were doing our first one in Nashville at John Rich's place. Normally we're at the American First Warehouse. We were at the Redneck Riviera because we're going to be doing stuff with them now as Studio TST continues to grow. And frickin' Hegseth, like, because we're filming stuff and we're doing sound checks and it's always busy. Hegseth just like shoots me this text. He's like, "Hey, Mike, heard you're in town. Can I get a couple tickets to the show?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." So now I feel like I've laid the groundwork. He's been on the podcast. We're buddies. He's in my phone. So like, I never want to get in trouble for anything again. I want to call in that chip. Let me be the first one to say that. I want to call in that chip. Yes, I feel the world is not quite as heavy now that there's hope. Yes. I was saying this last night. So I was in Tampa, then I was in Orlando. Tampa was phenomenal. Orlando was phenomenal as well. We had they did like a ticket thing with this veterans group. So that we had like 50 vets coming out, Persian Gulf. It was fucking awesome. I always cuss. So I was saying this on stage. When you look at the videos coming out of like France, when you look at the videos coming out of the UK and Canada, and when you see like mobs of people, like I think this was in Amsterdam, there was like some kind of this horrible thing where they were just beating up Jewish people in the streets. It was just like, holy crap. When you look at what these other like once wonderful societies are going through right now and the struggles they're facing, it's like, we made the right call. We made the right call, America. Listen, I thought we dodged one in 2016 when we did, when Hillary didn't get in there. But this one, because now this is where I just get fired up. This is where I'm just like, yes. I love that Pete Hegseth is like is just like a regular guy, just an outsider. And then you've got Robert Kennedy Jr. coming in for. I wrote this down. I wrote these down because it's that important, you guys. It's that important. He's Health and Human Services, and that's freaking awesome too. But you could argue that Robert Kennedy Jr., he's a Kennedy, but still, he's just like a regular citizen. And this is what I think really, really bugs them. And I said this on Gutfeld. We were talking about Trump working at McDonald's, and this is the point I was trying to make. It bugs them that like a regular guy like Trump or like Pete Hegseth or like Robert Kennedy Jr. or Elon Musk or Vivek Ramaswamy, these citizens can come in and do the job that these freaking bureaucrats are like, oh, this is really hard. This is super hard. This is government bureaucracy. You're not gonna, and these guys can come in and just clock them, just do the job so much better. That's got the deep state and the swamp creatures and permanent Washington. That's what's really messing with their minds right now. That's why they're all digging in. Oh, it's gonna be right. I hope he didn't think I was kidding about the nuggies, because I went to McDonald's. If you're ever like really hungry, like every once in a while, the world everything just lines up. You're like really hungry. You haven't eaten all day. You've been traveling. You've been returning rental cars, and you've been on a plane, and you haven't really eaten. And like, there's nothing close, but like, oh, there's a McDonald's. Then you go to McDonald's, and the heavens line up, and everything is just cooked the way the McDonald's family wanted it to be done. Oh my God, it was so good. But let's get back to this while I do my commercial for McDonald's. This is how the founding fathers wanted it. They wanted a citizen government. We are getting everything we ever wanted right now. And Trump has been through this before. and he took some bad advice back in 2016, and he had some bad picks, and now he's admitting it. He's like, yep, I could have done some things differently. I made some bad choices. He is coming in now just with both barrels, just rocking. And I can't think of one bad pick. I honestly can't. Now, here's what they're going to want to do. Jimmy says, hello, Michael from Palm Springs, California. Hey, you know what? The McRib, I'm not a McRib guy. We're going to do a little side quest about McDonald's. Not a McRib guy. Here's the best sandwich McDonald's ever did. I'm just going to tell you right now. Was the Mac Jr. The Mac Jr. was the best thing they ever did. Here's something you need to know. The Big Mac, that's a copy. There was a restaurant. They're still around, but the first ones were in California. Bob's Big Boy, and they had the Big Boy, and that's 2 all beef patties, Big Boy. So it's and McDonald's just ripped it off. But a few years ago, they did a Mac Jr., which didn't have the extra hunk of bread in there, and it was like a quarter pounder, and the ratios were spectacular. That was the best sandwich McDonald's. Fuck the McRib. I can't. So it's like I don't even know what that is. Here's the problem with the McRib. If you want to do like a barbecue rib sandwich, just go ahead and do pulled pork. Do pulled pork. But when they form it into that weird patty, I can't handle that. I'm like, why does it look like a rack of ribs, but it falls apart just like, now you're trying to trick me, and I don't like that. And if you're trying to trick me about that, what else are you trying to trick me about? Boom, and we're back to politics. Michelle O'Malley, I had a big boy last week. I bet you did. The McDLT. I love how we're talking about. We're at this huge inflection point in civilization, and I have wasted this opportunity because I'm talking about McDonald's, and you guys are like, "Hey, what about the McDLT?" Hey. I was, and here's my problem. I'll play along. The McDLT, the packaging was crazy, right? You had the hot side hot and the cold side cold, and blah, blah, blah. And then like I order a burger at McDonald's, and now I have to put it together. No, get away. No, I'm across the street. I'm over at Arby's. Arby's doesn't ask me to work. Arby's just hands me. And listen, 3 cheers for Arby's. If you have not been to Arby's in a while, go. Get off your lazy bahunkus and goes. McDonald's needs to bring back their McPizza. Again, no. I tried the McPizza. No, it gets too. Here's what you do: make burgers, and this is there's a place on Long Island. Kevin James turned me on to this place. It's called All American Burger. All American Burger. I forget which community it's in on Long Island. It's hamburgers, it's cheeseburgers, it's French fries, and it's shakes, and it tastes like the McDonald's of my childhood. It tastes like the McDonald's from like the 1970s. It's insane. It's so good. Massapequa. Who knows? Who said Massapequa? Arby's curly fries rule. Yes, absolutely, hands down. Greetings from Cape Coral. Sorry I'm late. Well, darn it. Hey, how far is Cape Coral from like Boca? I don't know my Florida anymore. And now I got these clubs calling me. There's a club in Naples it looks like I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get down to Boca as well. St. Louis, you're coming up. You're going to be in the mix soon. Then we've got some Michigan stuff coming up with the American Misfits. And then, of course, we have brand new stuff at that show tonight. But I don't want to squander this opportunity. We're 15 minutes in. The worst idea Burger King ever had was the cilantro lime fish sandwich. Yes, I think that's up there. That's up there. Do you know what? I just put this one together and let me know. Is Burger King an answer to Dairy Queen? Like Dairy Queen came out first, and then like, oh, Dairy Queen, we need a king. Burger King, Dairy. Is that how that's supposed to work? Is that American royalty? Myrtle Beach area, cool. Hope to see you in St. Louis. Do it, do it. Jan says Naples close to your neck of the woods. Fantastic. Well, then we'll do that. Okay. Here's what they're going to want us to do. We're getting back to the Trump picks because it's too freaking great. Tulsi Gabbard, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Tulsi. Bobby Kennedy Jr., absolutely. And then Hegseth, you bet. Matt Gaetz. This is the one where they're going to try to divide us. This is the one where they're hoping that you'll go, I don't know. Yes, 110%. There was you might have missed this, but Matt was livid about it. He went on Tucker Carlson immediately. They tried to play this little game where someone called up Matt Gaetz and they were going to try to blackmail him. They said they had something on him. And then the Department of Justice and then the FBI, it got really, really shady, really, really quick. And Matt fought that tooth and nail. And that shit just magically disappeared. I have never seen, he was pissed. And that is why they're going to try to smear this guy and they're going to try to hold it up and all that. No, because here's what, when you think about, and this is why a couple weeks ago when we're on here, I'm like, we got to stay fired up. We got to stay fired up because we need to get all these people through and like this crazy, these like, oh, we're going to vote about Senate leadership behind closed doors. The hell you are. I want anybody who tries to hold up these appointments. You got an electoral college victory. You got the popular vote victory. If somebody who claims to be GOP gets in the way of these appointments, I want their political career to be over. We have to replace them. We have to replace them. This is a wonderful, wonderful moment for in our country's, for what is that? We're going on 250 years. Our history of like, we can get back to having citizens in the government and getting the Department of Government Efficiency going. And they're all ready. The DEI department is threatening to quit if what's-his-nuts, if Robert Kennedy comes in. Okay, bye. See you later. Somebody else, this other department, they're threatening. Oh, if Pete Hegseth gets it, we're going to quit. Bye. See you later. It's like, this is what we wanted. It's awesome if you don't have to fire them and they just quit, because that's just the beginning. Yeah, I'm pissed over John Thune. Yes, I agree with you, Cheryl. I'm pissed about that too. And that's why we need to keep inviting people here. And we will continue to get organized and get louder and louder and let these people, as I meet more people and as I, hey, Brian Hayner is here. Hey, sexy yourself. We're just going to get louder and we're going to get bigger and we can get more leverage and we can really make a difference in all of this stuff. Jan says, I do the Trump dance every day. I'm so happy. Yeah, the golf swing. I like the people who are shaving their heads and they're like, we're not going to have sex anymore. We're not going to, it's like, they all look like the sugar water guy or the guy from Men in Black. I just have just sugar water. It's those people. I don't want to have sex anymore. What do you want? Sugar water. Yeah, they're not going to have sex anymore. They're going to have so I guess they've shaved their heads. They have their blue bracelets to recognize one another, and they're not gonna have sex. So have a great life. No pants here. Nope. It's good for you, John. Let him breathe, buddy. Let him breathe. No, more for me, says Brenda. Hello. Okay, so before we forget, where this is usually about the time of the show when we do the poll results. There was a new poll that went out with Tom says that's a good thing. There's a new poll that went out with the Blastorama, and we'll tally those results. We'll announce them next week, but make sure you're signed up for Blastorama. That's a good one. You save money on merch and blah blah, and make sure you're signed up for locals and Patreon. The locals and Patreon. Sure, it is a small donation to the cause, but it helps keeps the lights on. It keeps everything growing. We're advertising now, and we're going at it. They're all running scared because they're afraid that Trump is going to turn on the lights, and you're going to have people like Pete Hegseth and Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and Robert Kennedy Jr. These we can shake it. We can shake loose all the greed and a good hunk of the grift and all of that shit. It will be glorious. It'll be glorious, and the left will be amazed at the amount of money. Like, we can actually fund things if we can get rid of all this garbage, like the Department of Education. Fucking ping ping, bye bye. The kids can't read. The kids can't do math. They can't do basic skills in schools. The Department of Education is a waste of money. I would much rather give that money to the teachers and have them teach than to have a bunch of freaking bureaucrats in DC just pushing paper around, making $500,000 a year. It's redunculous. Dave says, I can see why your wife married you and why she's in the other room. Sadly, I'm in Huntsville. Ooh. Biden probably voted for him too. I'm starting to think he did. As one little parting. Joe Biden is a political animal. His little reptilian brain, there's like that, like an alligator has that little walnut hunk that does most of the thinking. I bet Biden did that. They forced him out. They did the old switcheroo. And so Biden was like, okay, screw you. I endorse Kamala Ding Dong. And Kamala Ding Dong, she didn't want the job. She didn't want the gig. Loftus, says Ron. Yeah, Jill wanted him to stay. Jill loved the stuff. How great is it to have Melania back? Melania, just an absolute. They always this. I think I've said this before. When they try to, Melania's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, and she's super smart, and she is. I think she's like the most beautiful, classiest first lady of definitely of my lifetime. I mean, there's no one holds a candle to Melania Trump. And I love when the left, they show pictures from like her modeling career, like the one where she's in the jet and she's wearing like the metal bikini, and they're like, "Do you like that?" And I'm like, "I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome. I think she looks amazing. Could we please put that on a dollar bill? Can we do a special? Can we have a special gold coin that's Melania in the jet? That I would buy that. I would buy that. Not all these are going to go up in value. Some are going to go down. Okay, Brenda says gorgeous. Yes, Brenda, you are correct. She is. Okay, so I told you about the Blastorama. John Brennan is terrified. John Brennan's already making the rounds. The frickin' all these people who tried to put the people who did the Trump-Russia collusion fiasco, the people who tried to torpedo the entire administration in 2016, the people who sent the FBI to Mar-a-Lago, the people who spied on his campaign, the people who lied about the Hunter Biden laptop, the people who planted evidence, the people who are still rounding up January 6 people and holding them in prison. These are some really, really bad people. And they took their shot. They literally in Butler. And we have survived. For the grace of God, we've survived. And so when anybody on the GOP side starts to go, I don't know, Matt Gaetz, get out of the way. Get out of the way. This is a freight train. There's people in jail tonight that shouldn't be. 51 members of the intelligence community straight up lied about the Hunter Biden laptop. And we're not even going to talk about the crimes that are on the laptop and all that stuff and all the other things and the Make America. We want citizens who can get in there and go hardcore. And Matt Gaetz, I don't know, Mike. What are you like? Because I'm like part of the political world. My friends will always be like, I don't know, man. What do you think? Matt Gaetz, huh? Matt Gaetz? Like, are you worried? And I'm like, dude, I love it. I love it. I love it. Cut him loose. Cut. This is, 51 traitors. Yes, yes. Good Lord. They've done some horrible things. Horrible things. And like I said, there's people in jail right now. Oh, and the J6 bomber. I guess we'll never find him. Oh, I guess we'll never know who did that. I guess that's all. Nope. Nope. The shenanigans have to end. I want us to run the government. The people. The people speak, and we send our representatives to DC, and they do what we want them to do. And when these frickin' rhinos start going rogue, and listen, we'll replace them. They have to go away. We'll primary them and we'll replace them. It's really that simple. I thought this was interesting, and I wanted to mention this before we go. AOC took her pronouns out of her Twitter bio. She's no longer she, her. She's like a regular human being. I think, and this is just me thinking about it out loud, that the average American is a really, really good person and wants their kids to be happy, and they don't want their kids subjected to this insanity. And I think internal polling by the left is going to show that this was like absolute electoral voting death, this whole issue. No one cares how you live your life as an adult. If you are a grown up and you want to go do whatever you want to do, I hope you find happiness. I really do. Life is wonderful and it's very, very short. I hope you find happiness. I do not care what you do in the privacy of your own home. It's when you bring kids into it and then you insist that everybody plays along with this crazy DEI. No. And I think you're going to see all of these people on the left pulling back. They're going to slowly pretend, and it's going to be like the vax. And they're going to pretend like, we never did that. We never told you you had to. What are you even talking about? And that's going to drive me bonkers. Dirty my eye says AOC can kiss my American ass. I will let her know. I've never spoken with her. What are a male donkey's pronouns? Hee-haw, cat. That was a good one. You don't never apologize. You apologize to no one for that joke. Hee-haw. Okay, so I hope you guys are coming out to Huntsville this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We got a bunch of stuff to announce for theloftusparty.com and live shows for American Misfits, and also that show tonight in Studio TST. The app is almost finished, but I'm not going to say it all here. We're going to be coming back to New York. There's going to be some New York shows. We're also going to be back in Nashville. There's going to be Nashville shows. We're adding new content all the time. We are with Old Glory Bank. We are now partnered with Old Glory. This is the wonderful thing. The last 4 years, we just saw how nasty they could be. And now we're supposed to forget all about that. It's, oh, unity. Oh, unity, unity. No, thank you. Our demands were never crazy. What we wanted is good for everybody. So I'm not going to acquiesce to any of this bullshit now. So I'm still straight up. Yeah, Old Glory Bank, you bet. We are going to be independent as the mainstream media continues to go. We're going to continue marching merrily on with Studio TST and our parallel economy. I don't want to give my money, and I don't want you to give your money to people who do not like you. And now they're going to pretend like, oh, we want unity just because they got their asses handed to them. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. So thank you for supporting all of these wonderful endeavors and coming out to the show and making fun of these morons. And thank you for all the support on Locals and Patreon. It's fantastic. And thank you for your support for Studio TST and getting it. Let's do a couple more comments here. We should get even remotely close to, what was that, Iowa? I'd love to see you. Is that Iowa, Lynn King? Is that an IA? We'll try. I don't give a shit. I'll go to Iowa. I'm not afraid of you. Almost like when they wanted forgiveness for not. Yes. Yeah. They were prepared to take your livelihood from you. You're like, I have to work. I can't. And God bless that lady who did the hair salon who fought the jab in Texas. She just won a seat in some political race. So good for her. People were in the military. They wanted to kick them out. What they made the pilots go through. That like they were prepared to go to the mat for this. We got very, very lucky. We got very, very lucky, and it's a huge opportunity, and I don't want to squander it. When are you coming to Michigan? I'll be coming to Michigan, I believe, in March. In March, we're going to be doing a theater in Michigan. My buddy, that's Dave Landau's territory. Mainstream media is still being little bitches. Yes, they are. They are. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I worked in Hollywood for a lot of years, and I was part of the Hollywood, writing on this show and going out here. They're all in for a very, very rude surprise, a very, very rude surprise. I just want to do funny jokes. I just want to live my life and be happy. And I don't want to be told, oh, you have to say this and you have to do this and you can't do. That's just bullshit. And I want to tell really good stories, and I want to make good movies, and I want to make funny comedies. That's all I want to do. And that's why we did Studio TST. We're doing that show tonight. That we have a couple more stand-up specials that are dropping soon. So yeah, it's going to be a very rude awakening, and it's awesome to watch. I'm getting together with Rob Schneider soon. Talking to him, going to be talking to Jim Brewer again. I know he's out doing shows, but I want to keep bringing these wonderfully talented people together and into this, and it's amazing. I don't like to sit around and wait for things to happen. I like to make them happen. And people are like, oh, you're going. I don't care. We're going. Faith without actions is dead. All right, STST. Yes, Studio TST. STST. I kind of like that, Sharon. Nicely done. Jim is on Gutfeld tonight. Well, you just watch Jim, and you laugh at all Jim's jokes. When Jim's funny, Jim's hilarious. I love that guy. You rock on Gutfeld. You're very nice, Kathy. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. So when these people start to push back and go, oh, I don't know about this guy. Maybe we should da 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 da. That's when we're going to get active. We're gonna send emails. We'll make phone calls and all do that stuff. Yes, we don't have to be the ones to take the higher ground when they're nasty and vile. Dig it. We will leave. That's what I was on a podcast talking about this like years ago. We will leave. We are the ones that have the small businesses. We are the ones who are the entrepreneurs. We are the creative ones. We are the engine. We are the can-do people of this country. And when you think about all of it, sometimes it just seems too big. But if you just make little changes, we will leave. Disney, Star Wars, they'll be left with nothing. All these woke companies, they'll be left with nothing. They'll be left with nothing. And I'm okay with that. I want to be able to, go to the movies and not have to worry, whatever. I could go on all night. We've already gone on too long. MSNBC and CNN, ratings are dropping faster than the homeless lesbian's pants. Assuming that I'm wearing pants. And I'm shaving in solidarity. I'm shaving. I was so, this election, God, as solidarity, I'm shaving everything. All right. We could do an entire show about how bad Star Wars is now. Yes, we could. I might do a podcast on that at some point. I would love to. There were some things in Hollywood and some decisions that were made. Listen, if you don't think they're looking at the box office numbers, they have all the numbers. These streaming services, Netflix, they know the instant you turn it up. They know exactly. It's so dialed in. And what they've done to the Star Wars franchise, and they act like it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what these fans want. I don't know what no one is that incompetent. I worked on a lot of TV shows, and any first year writer could do better shit than what they're doing with Disney Star Wars. They want to do this. They're doing it on purpose. And even though they're losing money, they don't show any signs of stopping. It is almost inexplicable. But yeah, get ready for a gender bending clone trooper in another one. Anyway, we have to go. I will talk about this all night, and then we'll save it for a podcast. So you're awesome. I will see you in Huntsville tomorrow. I will go to theloftusparty.com and search Michael Loftus tour dates, or search tour dates, and you'll see all the dates there. We're adding to that all the time. We have some of the best contributors that are always. Suzanne posted a pecan pie recipe that looks insane. And we've got Serena, who's I think she's going to have a new thing up tomorrow. My buddy Dave Gordon, who does the memes of the weeks, that is on Saturday. Lisa has her finger on the pulse of what's going on in pop music and pop. It's wonderful. And if you think that you would like to be part of the online community and maybe post about what's going on, reach out. Reach out to the boss at theloftusparty.com. We'd love to have you. Yeah, it's we're building a community of like-minded individuals. We're upbeat, we're optimistic, we get shit done. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. And one last question: why